Welcome everyone to Let's Coach Masterclass. This is session number 9. So it has been 9 times. This is the 9th time that we are doing this session. This is really amazing. Let's Coach Masterclass. This is session. Now, Let's Coach Masterclass is an activity and initiative by the CCMC Alumni Club, which is the Certified Chief Master Coach at ITD World. This is also part of our 100 Million Leaders Mandate, which is our vision to positively touch the lives of 100 million leaders with sponsored coaching programs. And tonight, this evening, is one such activity and program. Thank you all for being here and for participating. For ITD World, today is also called the Incredible Coaching Day. So we have our leaders and teams from all over the different countries of ITD World participating as well. Every month, we have what is called the Incredible Coaching Day, where we all share experiences and practice and challenge each other to be a better coach. Now, I want to say a really big thank you to the CCMC Alumni Club committee members, led by the capable leadership of President Guy Rouse. He's right here with us. Say hello, wave your hand. And of course, we have all the vice presidents as well, who are chief master coaches, Chief Master Coach Gregory. We have Rick as well. He's not able to make it today. He's traveling. We have Chief Master Coach Angela. We have Chief Master Coach Floris, who is also here. Say hello, wave your hand. Wonderful. And Chief Master Coach Muti as well. So right now, it is my privilege to hand over to our President Guy Rouse, who will introduce our speaker for today. I wonder who is our speaker for today. He's going to introduce. All right, over to you, President Guy Rouse. Please go ahead.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dr. Peter. So welcome, everyone. A big thank you, Dr. Peter, again for this. And of course, always a special thanks to ITD World for sponsoring the CCMC Alumni Masterclass. And as you mentioned, the CCMC Alumni is an elite group of master coaches who want to grow coaching culture everywhere. And through this Let's Coach Masterclass, we continue to grow our coaches and share the value of coaching to the world. Now, I'm honored to introduce today's Masterclass speaker. And of course, the Masterclass speaker needs no introduction, Dr. Peter Chi. Dr. Peter is the president and CEO of ITD World. He's a doctor of business from the University of South Australia. He has trained and developed leaders from all around the world, over 80 countries. Dr. Peter is the world #1 coach for strategic innovation. He's ranked in the top 3 global coaching gurus of 2021. And Dr. Peter has co-authored books with global experts like Marshall Goldsmith, William Rothwell, Jack Canfield, and Brian Tracy. Now, Peter is a creator of coaching for breakthrough success and the situational coaching model, and not to mention the Certified Chief Master Coach program, which from which this Alumni Masterclass is actually formed. And on the more personal side, Dr. Peter passionately volunteers to coach leaders globally via his signature Sunrise Eureka Beach Coaching. And as Dr. Peter mentioned, he also drives the 100 Million Leaders Mandate to fully sponsor coaching programs for a better world. Now, I'm going to let you into a secret. About 2 months ago, the committee came to Dr. Peter and we challenged him to create a coaching and a training practical with an audience for about 90-minute time slot. Our view was that extracting the power of coaching in a shorter time frame would sort of support exponential improvement in so many people and teams out there. Well, the exciting news is Dr. Peter not only accepted the challenge, but he took it a few levels more, in fact, 10 times. Now hold on to your virtual seats and prepare to be impressed through the exponential power of Dr. Peter's 10 times speed coaching. A very warm welcome, Dr. Peter. Over to you.
Thank you so much, President Guy Rouse. Thank you for all the contributions you and all the committee members have made to the CCMC Alumni Club. Welcome once again, everyone. I am so excited to be with all of you. I have only one intention over the next 90 minutes, is to add maximum value to all of you. So let's all turn on our videos. Let's all participate. Let's all give our very best to gain maximum value out of the session today. Let me just go ahead and share my screen. All right. President Guy Rouse, can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Wonderful. All right. So let's go through the agenda for today. There are 5 items. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to enjoy this experience because you are going to be doing things. You're going to be hands-on practice as well. So I will start with the first 15 minutes or so talking about 10x thinking. What really is this? Why is this so important? And then I will go into 10x speed coaching, where I will explain the tool and the model and what is really behind the power of this 10x speed coaching, which is an entirely new coaching tool and model, which I'm unveiling for the very first time today. Yes. And then I will show you how it's being done with 10x speed coaching in action. This is going to be a real authentic case of coaching, real coaching conversation where you actually see it and you witness and you learn from it. And then after that, it will be over to you, will be your hands-on practice. We'll put you in breakout rooms. You would have 4 of you in a room. And when you go onto your breakout room, please, of course, turn on your video and engage more intimately with each other and coach. One of you will take on the role as a coach and one will be a coachee and the others will observe and then later give feedback and share your experience. And at the end, finally, for the last 15 minutes, when we come back, we will have reflections on our key learning, sharing, and question and answers. So this is our agenda for today. All right. Are we all ready to learn? Are you all excited to learn? I am very excited to share with you. Please type in a chat box and say something if you're excited to learn today. If you're going to go all out, you're going to play all out. We're going to have fun today. It's going to be a great, wonderful Thursday evening for everyone. All right. So there's going to be a prize. This is going to be a fun challenge. I like to make it fun, right? So as I've explained to you, one of the items in the agenda today, you're going to go into your breakout room and you're going to practice what you have learned. And then if any one of you wants to take the challenge, be the first to volunteer to say you want to be the coach. Because at the end, after being coached, when you come back to the main room, your coaches and observers will give you a score or rating. And if your score is the highest, you will be able to win a 10x team coaching session valued at 60,000 ringgit or $15,000. So go for it. If any of you want to win this, take this as a challenge. If anything at all, you will have fun. If anything at all, you will develop and grow and stretch yourself to the maximum. So you will benefit from it either way. All right. So now 10x thinking, what comes to mind? Now, if any of you would like to say something, you can just raise your hand and then I can ask you to unmute or we can unmute you so that you can say. So now you can also type in the chat box and I will ask President Guy Ross to also share with me because when I'm presenting, it's not easy for me to see what is in the chat box. Okay, so President Guy Ross and Sarah Lee Alcaraz, right, can look into the chat box if you have anything that you would like to type. So now my first question for you is, everyone, you can raise your hand, right? You can raise your hand and you can unmute, okay? When you think about 10x, what comes to mind? 10x thinking, what comes to your mind? Anyone?
I want to share.
Please go ahead.
When talking about 10x thinking, first regarding the coaching, we have some questions that make me thinking, but for the question from the coach, maybe make us to think more deeply and think bigger.
Think more deeply and think bigger. Now I can recognize your voice. Thank you very much, Miss Hoy. Wonderful, Master Coach Miss Hoy. Very good. Anyone else? What comes to your mind?
We have on the chat. We have Fred talking of doing something 10 times better and faster. We have another one fast, another one exponential. We have Saberi 10 times speed of thought, accelerated, thinking beyond, exponential thinking and impact from Dennis.
Wow, that is wonderful. Anyone else? Any final word from anyone? Raise your hand if you would like to speak. You can unmute. Right? Any one of you, you see the reactions right at the bottom right-hand side. You can click it and you can raise your hand like that. Okay? So if you want to speak, you can raise your hand and speak too. No worries. Every one of us can participate either way. Wow. Thank you, KL Pang. Breakthrough. So 10x thinking is breakthrough. Wonderful. Yes. Right. There are many, many similar concepts or ideas to 10x. Wonderful. Anyone else? Final call. What comes to your mind when you think of 10x? Think fast. Think outside the box. Thank you. Is that Marilyn? Marilyn, thank you. All right, let's look at some related concepts. There's plenty, but the more common ones are here. Can you see them? Yes. Exponential growth, right? It's right on top of the list. Disruptive innovation. There have been books written about this. Abundance thinking, right? There's abundance of resources and possibilities, limitless. Multiplier mindset, quantum leap. Wow, limitless potential. Think big is another way to look at it. Moonshot. This has been popularized in Google, right? In Google X, they have a lot of moonshot projects. I'll give you some of the examples in a short while. Can anyone say what is B-hack? If you know what is B-hack, can you unmute and say what is B-hack? Anyone?
Big Harry. Harry.
Good, good. Some of you may have read that book, right? That big red book called Good to Great by Jim Collins, right? Yes. He talks about the great organizations, and all these great organizations have big, hairy, audacious goals. This is one of the things in common among great organizations. And of course, in Google, as I said, they call it moonshot, right? Yes. How about inflection, tipping point? Yeah. There's a book, right? There's a book called Tipping Point, right? When you reach to a tipping point, you possibly go 10x very easily and quickly, and probably even more than 10x. You could go 100 or 1000x. And how about the last one? Does anyone like the last one? Hopefully it's not coronavirus, yeah? Contagious viral effect. When something goes viral, then if you really hit it right, it goes viral, then you go very quickly to 10x and way, way beyond 10x. So these are all interrelated concepts, right? Interrelated concepts. Hello, Dennis. Welcome. Nice to see you. So these are interrelated concepts. So that's why sometimes when people use these different words, right, you can relate them to each other because they are very, very closely related to each other, right? There are things in common. Okay. So why 10x thinking? Why do we need to care? Why do we need to bother about 10x thinking? Go ahead. Anyone? Move from the beaten path. Thank you, Dennis. Anyone else? Yep. Differentiate yourself, being different. Go ahead. New tools in the coaching toolbox. Thank you, Fred from Sweden. Wonderful. Anyone else? Why? Why bother? Keep up with the speed in the world. Yeah, the world is moving so quickly and changing so fast, right? You don't want to be a dinosaur, obsolete. To be far from competitors. Sabari, thank you. Far ahead, right? To survive in a VUCA world. Thank you, Angela. Anyone else? Why? Why care about 10x? To earn the life. Thank you. All right. The latest book by Marshall Goldsmith is called Earn Life. It's already a bestseller. If you have not read it yet, go for it. Decisions to be fast and accurate. VUCA world. Thank you, LK. Lynn, to embrace transformation. Yes, embrace transformation. Final call. Anyone else? Anyone else? See the change you want to see faster. Thank you, Nirmala. Wonderful. All right, let's take a look at the essence of what 10x thinking is. The essence, all right? Well, this is where innovation happens, right? When you strive to improve something radically, not by 10%, not by 5% or 20%, but by 10 times. How many percent is 10 times? 1000%, right? It's 1000%. See that? Yeah. So innovation happens when you really stretch your thinking boundaries behind. You stretch the boundaries of your thinking. A 10x goal forces you to rethink the idea, right? Forces you to recreate, pushes you beyond your boundaries, right? And forces you to reimagine things, right? To see things in a very different way. And it's something that may seem impossible. It is like an impossible dream that could be made possible, right? Or what Shamsul would say, Shamsul, remember? from dreamer to dream come true, right? From being a dreamer to dream come true. So it's 10x thinking is thinking about those dreams and then thinking about how to make them come true and taking the necessary action. Essentially, you find that once you set your mind and your heart to a 10x goal, you begin to engage with it emotionally and mentally, right? You begin to see opportunities, resources, ideas, people who could support you, and your motivation level goes up to a totally whole new level. And in fact, if you see things that are not belonging to 10x, you may just put it aside and say, I'm not going to focus on it, or I'm going to do it later, or I'm going to drop it because it's not as important as a 10x. So it gives you that power of focus. It gives you that power of clarity. And there's tremendous advantage in having all of that. Yes? Yeah, indeed so. Now, one of the most important things about 10x thinking and why it is so important and valuable is echoed in the words of Jim Rohn, a very, very famous philosopher that I really admire. His work has impacted me so much. One of the things that he said I love the most, as I always quote this, is that Jim Rohn mentioned that you want to set a goal that is big enough that in the process of achieving it, you become someone worth becoming. Just imagine that, so beautifully written, so beautifully said, his words, right? So 10x thinking is setting a goal that is so big and big enough that in the process of reaching towards that 10x, it doesn't matter even if you didn't reach the 10x, even if you reach the 8x or 5x, it's still great, right? But the key thing that is most important is the person that you become that is worth becoming. In other words, it is the growth and development that takes place. So thinking about it this way gets people to embrace and want to go for 10x thinking. Why? Because at the end, if you shoot for the stars, if you shoot for Mars, at least you can reach the moon, right? If you shoot for the sky, at least you can reach to the mountains. If you shoot for the mountain, at least you can reach a much higher hill, right? So stretching yourself to grow is something that if you look at it, right, it's not just about the end game, it's about the journey. So the journey is where the growth takes place. And if all of you think back through your journey in life, when did you grow and learn the most? What is your answer? You learn and grow the most when you take on big challenges. You face big challenges in your life and your career. That's when you learn and grow the most. And again, that's the same thing. That's the same thing behind why we want to take on 10x breakthrough. It's not just for the 10x itself. It is the growth and transformation that takes place in human beings. And just imagine, when people grow and develop, they will never be the same for the rest of their life. They would have new habits and capabilities and mindsets, and it will go through with them, not only just achieving one goal, but for the rest of their life. So you can see the impact, right, of taking on a 10x breakthrough goal. Now, let me show you an example, okay? Let me stop my screen share. Okay. Would you like to see an example of 10x thinking project? Raise your hand if you'd like to see an example. Would you like to see an example? Let me give you an example. You watch this one. It's just about a minute or so, and see if it triggers you to think 10x. What are the possibilities of what could be done? Because this one is a real actual 10x project that has been delivered and successful through Google's 10x, or rather moonshot. Okay, so please take a look at this and tell me and think, because you are very soon going to practice 10x speed coaching. Okay, so let me share this with you. All right, everyone, watch this. This is Wing. It's called Wing.
Our business is traditionally a drive-through coffee business. The objective was to take quality coffee, quality food, and put it in a convenient environment. Drone delivery has just taken it to a whole new level. We get the order, we make the coffee, we assemble it, package it, we load it onto the drone. It took 3 minutes from the time the customer pressed the button till the time they got their coffee in their hand. Your market opens up to the whole of the territory. It's in the air, it's taking cars out of circulation. Everyone becomes your potential customer. It's just a whole new level of delivery. This is the way of the future. Wing are at the cutting edge of this technology, so why wouldn't you recommend Wing to other businesses?
All right, so that's an example of 10x thinking, real project, right? Something that happened. So does that trigger your possibilities now? Can you begin to imagine the possibilities for the future? What really struck you in this video? Anyone? Apart from taking cars out of the roads. There's too many cars out on the road, right? Is that true? But it's not only cars, it's motorbikes, Grab food, Panda food, going real quick, driving around everywhere. Can you imagine? Press a button and 3 minutes, you get your order into your home. This is amazing, isn't it, right? So this is 10x thinking, my friends. This is an example. Yes, thank you, Subhadra. Nice to see you. Wow, no more traffic jams. Nice, nice. Wow, this is wonderful. Moving away from conventional and traditional ways. Indeed so, indeed so. Breakthrough thinking. Wonderful. All right, now let's look at what is next. This is one of my all-time favorite quotes from Steve Jobs. I'd like all of you to start putting in this kind of thinking. If not every day, at least for today, okay? Can you all agree to that? Can all of you agree to that? Crazy thinking for today, at least for today, right? Let's promise. Give me a thumbs up if you can agree to that. Can you agree to that? Very good, because we are going to be learning and practicing it. So, coming from the man himself, Steve Jobs, the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. So let's be crazy enough to think we can change the world, and we could just be the ones who actually do and make the difference. Now, 10x, what would you like to 10x? All right, I'd like you to unmute or raise your hand. You can unmute, you can say it out, or you can type in the chat box. This time, President Guy Ross will help, or Sarah Lee can help see who wants to 10x. Now, start putting now. You have a magic wand, or you have Aladdin's lamp. Now, what would you wish to 10x? Think about your life, think about your job, your work, your future, think about the world, think about your customers, the community. What would you want to 10x? 10x reduction in global warming. Could that be one of them? What else? Go ahead. Unmute and say out, what would you like to 10x if you could?
10x in medical services.
Wonderful. Yes. 10x medical services. Yes. Thank you, Angeline. Anyone else? What would you like to 10x? If you have all the resources and you couldn't fail, what would you want to 10x? Go ahead, Subhadra. You got to unmute, can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, unlimited time.
Oh,
don't worry about time.
Wow. That is more than 10x. Hey, we asked what you want to 10x, you said unlimited time. So you're asking for much more, right? Maybe you want to 10x your recreation time or family time. 10x quality time with family. That would be great. Okay, yes. That's a good one. Possible? That is possible.
Peter,
you may have to look at 10x elimination of time wasters. Then you can have 10x additional quality time with family, right? Yes, Sarah Lee, go ahead. Tell me some of them.
Yeah, we have here 10x 10x growth in peace around the world. 10x is this electric vehicles, Floris. 10x delivery, the professional medical marketing. 10x in fighting racism. 10x treating cancer patients with modern technology. 10x for environmental management. 10x all-in-one vaccine. So we don't have to keep on coming back.
Wow.
10x make all people speak the same language. 10x empathy. 10x quality of education. 10x learning. Right? 10x accelerated education and more and more.
Yes, indeed. So if you can dream it, you can make it happen. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. Wonderful. So now, if I ask you now the next exercise, a quick, fast exercise, if you think in 3 different perspectives, right? What is your most important values? And what do you want to 10x for your family and yourself? What do you want to 10x for your organization and your team? And what would you want to 10x for your customer and community? And if you were to look at one that combines all the 3 together, that means one 10x goal that can help you achieve for all 3 aligned together, how would that look like? Okay, now this is now a different level of 10x thinking. This is now stepping up, right, to another level of 10x thinking. All right, so I ask you to reflect on this. If you have the answer, anyone has the answer, say it out. I'm going to give you one example, and then any one of you have an example, please give an example. We'll just spend no more than 1 minute on this quick exercise, okay? So I'm going to give you an example, okay? Look at this, then you will see it triggers your different level of thinking. So for me, right, I have thought very carefully. For myself, my family, I want 10x loving relationships, right? For myself, my family. And for organization, I'm looking for 10x talent density. In other words, I'm looking for 10x more talent and talent working together as a great team. And for customers, I'm looking for 10x coaching engagement. So combine all these three together, connect the dots. I found that sweet spot. The sweet spot is 10x high performance coaching culture globally. Just now at the opening address, our president Guy Ross said one of the visions of CCMC Alumni Club is coaching culture everywhere, right? Yes. Can you imagine if you work in organizations around the world, in different countries, you travel, you walk around and you see coaching culture everywhere. People all supporting each other, uplifting each other, making a difference in people's lives. Can you imagine how our world will be? Yes, can you imagine that? Can you imagine the relationships, how that will be? Can you imagine how talent will grow and develop? Yes. So 10x high performance coaching culture globally is one 10x goal that we are pursuing in ITD World that will help achieve my personal goals as well as organization and customer and also the community. All right. So any one of you now have an example of something you want a 10x that you can see if you do it, it will support you personally and your organization and the world as well. Does anyone have an example? Please feel free to raise your hand or speak out if you have an example. What would you want to 10x? A goal that will fulfill all these three areas that are important to you. Anyone? Hello, Eric. Nice to see you. Hello. Hello, Jesse. Welcome. You can type in the chat box if you want, all right? Or you can just raise your hand and unmute. I'll give you 30 seconds to think. I've just given you an example. Anyone can think of something that you can 10x that will help you achieve all these three levels.
Okay, let me try.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I have just write down that in terms of self and family, the one that I would like to 10x is about caring. Caring of myself,
okay,
self-awareness, my health, etc., and caring of my family member. So that's the first dimension. The second one is about my organization. I would like to 10x the organizational health. I would like to develop the health of my organization. Yeah. Okay. It should be a healthy organization for all people in the organization. And the third dimension about customer, I would like to 10x what I say, wow experience, customer experience, but the wow one 10 times.
Wow.
Okay. Thank you.
Fantastic. So if you connect the dots within these three, then you can find one 10x goal that can help you achieve all of these three. It will be amazing.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's give her a hand. Well done, Miss Ann. Now you are thinking 10x, right? Exponentially. This is marvelous. All right, everyone, continue to think. Let me give you a couple of examples of 10x breakthrough goals, okay? Now, I would like all of you to set a 10x breakthrough goal. Think about it, all right? These are 5 examples, okay? These are real examples from real people, right? Okay, some people are in debt, so 10x debt reduction, 10x ROI, return on investment, that is 1000%. I have seen people achieve that, by the way. So many people have achieved that. Actually, it's amazing, right? One good story example was our Chief Master Coach, Rick, right? Chief Master Coach Rick, who is the CEO of TRG. He worked together with President Guy Ross, and they did the coaching culture project in his organization in Vietnam. And over 18 months, he managed to show more than 10x, more than 1000% return on investment. Can you imagine that, right? More than 10x. So that's amazing, right? What coaching culture can do, right? More than 10x return on investment. I mean, which other investments can give 1000% return in 18 months? Can anyone tell me, right? Which other investments? Stock markets? I don't think so, right? Unless you're very lucky. How about casino? No? Casino? Slot machines? No? All right. Now, 10x productivity. Well, Yeah, I was just talking to Joseph, and later we'll look at the case of Joseph Fernandez, right, from Western Digital. He was talking about 10x productivity from 3 to 30 focused strategic initiatives every month. Wow, can you imagine that? He's doing 3. Initially, he wants to go to 12. That will be 4 times, and then go up to 30. That will be 10 times. So 10 times productivity is amazing, right? That's amazing. Okay. If you have time, we'll show you how to. All right. Very good. Now, from 9 to 99% factory automation with digital connectivity for all processes by a certain date. There should be a date, right? Okay, that's another example. How about the fourth one? Does the fourth one ring a bell to some of you? Anyone in the area of providing digital storage? 10x product that provides storage to the world, right? 100 gigabyte storage for 7.9 billion people. Wow, I think this is more than 10x, right? This ITD World's one, right? Sarah Lee, can you say out ITD World's number 5 goal? Sarah Lee, can you say number 5?
Sure. World's best sponsored coaching program, 100 million leaders mandate.
Now, this one is absolutely a crazy one. Why is that so? Because when we decided to do it, when we look at it, right, it is 10,000x. All right. So if we take the baseline of 10,000 and this is where we start, then it will be 10,000x. So it's not only 10x. But you see, when you look at it, right, if you do the math and the calculation, right, to reach 10,000x, first you got to 10x first, right? You see what I mean? So you continue to 10x over and over again. So you 10x several times, like 4 or 5 times, and eventually reach 100 million, right? So from 10,000 to 100,000, that will be 10x. From 100,000 to 1 million, another 10x, right? Yeah. So eventually it is 10,000x, 10,000 times. This is absolutely big, hairy, audacious goal for sure, right? And thank you all for your support for being here today. All right. So now I have finished the first area. Let me go to the second one. Let me show you the model. Okay. I'm going to ask a few of us master coaches here, right? Like Lynn and Floris and the others, right? To help ask these questions. Okay. I have these questions for you, but let me show you very quickly the concept. Now, the key concept behind speed coaching is that it has got to be simple and yet powerful. So firstly, speed coaching has got to have the power of simplicity. And this coaching has to be engaging and exponential in the way it challenges people's thinking. And it's got to be discovery on new things. So there you go. That's what speed stands for, right? Can we all say together, everyone? Simple, powerful, engaging, exponential discovery. That's speed coaching. Now, typically done within 15 to 20 minutes. Now, to do speed coaching within 15 to 20 minutes, you have to have an understanding between coach and coachee that we are going to go short, sharp focus. We're not going to be indecisive, beat around the bush, talk long story. No, you got to cut right to the core of the issue and go deep very quickly. So the intention between coach and coachee has to be clarified that we want to get maximum in minimum time. All right. Once that is clear, once that is set, we are ready to go for speed coaching, right? But one more very important thing is this. Let me share with all of you this, okay? It is actually embracing exponential growth mindset. It is not just growth mindset, because growth mindset is not good enough for 10x speed coaching, right? 10x speed coaching is embracing exponential growth mindset by rapidly breaking through barriers of thinking and limiting beliefs. So if you do speed coaching right, you can very quickly break through the barriers of thinking. And what they thought was a limiting belief suddenly is gone, right? They don't see that limitation anymore. They believe they can do it. That's the key. So if you have done 10x speed coaching successfully, at the end of 15, 20 minutes, it's like miraculous, right? Suddenly the coachee believes he can do it, right? And suddenly the coachee thinks differently. The thinking has been disrupted. This is the extent of 10x speed coaching. All right. Before I unveil that model, look at what Warren Buffett said. Look at what he said. I'm preparing you to receive this model. Yeah, I'm preparing. And I will ask Aaron to share in the chat box, okay? And also we'll give you a QR code where you can scan, you can download this model, okay? All right. Now, preparing you to receive this model, accept the words of Warren Buffett, one of the richest business person in the world, right? One of the richest leaders in the world. He said, business school reward difficult, complex behavior more than simple behavior, but simple behavior is more effective. All right. So I hope you understand when you look at this 10x speed coaching model, it's not rocket science. It is simple, right? It is simple because as per the words of Warren Buffett, simple is more effective. All right, so are you ready for the model? Are you ready? Okay, all right. Now, let's go. The first one, okay, there's a code behind this. It's called BISME, Breakthrough Innovation Subject Matter Expert. This is the code, the mnemonic. So to help you to remember, it is BISME. Okay, in about a minute or two, Aaron will share this in the chat box, and you can also use your phone to scan the QR code where you can download the model. Okay, so let me explain very quickly. So B is breakthrough goal, and then the next one, I is innovative disruption, and S is strategies and plans, M is motivation and accountability, and E is execution and resources. All right, let's all say it out loud together. BISME. Yep, I can see your lips moving. That's good enough. You don't have to unmute. Thank you. All right, BISME. It's as simple as that, right? It's not rocket science, and yet it's simple and yet it's powerful. Because why? One day when I woke up, I had a eureka moment. All my years of coaching experience, when I saw awesome results and breakthrough, I saw all of these converge into a pattern and all of these come together, these 5 factors. So in other words, if you want to have 10x breakthrough goals achieved, you need these 5 key factors of success. All right? Okay. Now, let's go through one by one. Okay? So we will ask Master Coach Shamsul. Master Coach Shamsul, are you with us? Can you unmute? Please go and ask these 3 questions. I'm going to show on the screen. Master Coach Shamsul. Chief Master Coach, should I say? Yes. Chief Master Coach Shamsul. These 3 questions, when you ask, everyone else will think about the answer. Okay, let's go. Shamsul?
Yeah, sure. What's your most compelling 10x breakthrough goal? When? Number 2, what does 10x win look and feel like? Number 3, how would you measure and keep score of your 10x wins?
Yes, very good. Think about it and reflect on this for a moment, because when you get into a breakout room, you're going to start asking these questions, right? If you're the coach, right? If you're a coachee, you're going to start answering these questions, right? I think some of you have an idea already, right? Just now when I asked you, what do you want to 10x, right? But this now puts a clear structure and process to it. This is the first area. Okay? Now, second area. Master Coach Lin, are you there? Or Angela? Angela, I see you there. Master Coach Angela, I think you like these 3 questions. Go for it, Master Coach Angela. Ask and everyone will think about the answer. Go ahead.
What challenge, pain, or problem, if solved, would lead to disruptive 10x win? What will you do differently or transform for 10x win? And the third one is, what 10x innovative value and solutions would your customers love?
Right. Nice. Thank you very much. Yeah. So which question resonates very, very much with you? Think about the answer. Think differently, right? Wonderful. How about Chief Master Coach Floris? Chief Master Coach Floris, the next one. Strategies and plans. Chief Master Coach Floris, ask the questions.
Yes. How do you synergize your greatest opportunities and strengths for 10x win? How would you overcome your greatest threats and weaknesses for 10x wins? And what are your game-changing strategies, tactics, and actions for 10x win by priority?
Ah, wonderful. You can hear all the different accents of people from all over the world, right? Thank you, Master Coach Floris.
Accent?
You can guess where he's from, right? From his accent, from the way he speaks. All right. Any other master coaches here? One more. Go ahead. Master Coach Lin, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you sustain 10x motivation, productivity, improvement, and fun? How do you ensure clear expectation, feedback, consequences, and full accountability? How do you create success habits and capability for 10x win?
Wonderful. Thank you. So you all can see how important this is, right? How to keep yourself highly motivated, increase your productivity, and have fun at the same time. But how to ensure accountability is so important, right? There are a couple of very important factors. If you want to be accountable, you want people to be accountable, you have to have clear expectations, you have to provide feedback, there must be consequences, and the goal must be measurable. So these are all the key elements you can see in a short and powerful question, right? And one last one. How about Master Coach Joseph Fernandez? The last one.
Hi, Dr. Peter.
Yes.
All right. So how do you enable 10x high performance teams for rapid execution? What support resources, systems, and processes are a must for 10x win? How? What's the solution to roadblocks and backup plans for different scenarios of 10x win?
Yes, thank you very much. So you see, when you execute, right, you need a team. You can't do it alone, right? If you have a high performance team, your execution will happen faster and better. But when you execute, if you don't have the resources, systems, and processes, you get a lot of blockages and you can't move forward. Or there may be other external roadblocks out in the market, right? Such as competitors, governments, economies, and so on. And if you don't have backup plans in place, you may be greatly surprised that whatever you thought of is not actually in reality the case, right? Then you did not have any contingency plans. Then your execution is not going to work. You're not going to be able to adapt to still achieve your 10x win. So overall, everyone, let's take a look at it again. This is the breakthrough goal, the 10x. So all questions are all 10x questions, yeah, by the way, and they're all short, sharp, and powerful questions if you look at it, right? Second one is innovation, innovative disruption. Okay. The third one, 10x strategies and plans. And the fourth one, 10x motivation and accountability. And the fifth one is 10x execution and resources. Okay. So Aaron, would you share this in a chat box? So you can either click and download this from the chat box, because in a while you're going to go into practice and use this. Okay. Now, this is a QR code. I give you just 30 seconds, everyone. If you want to use your phone, because later when you go on the breakout room, you are going to tap on some of these questions. You don't need to use them all. You will tap on some of these to help you get going in your coaching. You're going to have 20 minutes in a breakout room for your coaching, right? One of you will be the coach, one will be the coachee, the others will be observer. Then at the end, after 20 minutes, when you come back, you will give a rating for how good your coach is, and we will pick out the champion coach, who is the best 10x speed coaching champion. Okay, so go ahead, use your phone, scan the QR code, or if you cannot scan the QR code with your phone, go to the chat box and you would see Aaron would have given you a link where you can click it. You will open to a Google Drive where you can just download that tool. Okay, are we all ready? Are we all good? Okay. Now, before you actually go into the coaching, I'm going to show you first, right? As I promised, right? So I'm going to show you how it's being done, right? So at least you can say that, hey, you know, I've shown you how it's being done. I didn't just throw you in the deep water to swim with the sharks, right? I show you how to swim with the sharks first, right? Then you can swim with the sharks. Okay? Are you good? All right. Now, okay, you have scanned it, you've got it. Okay, you can use this tool. You can refer to it afterwards when you're in the coaching. Now, every time when you do 10x speed coaching, one thing I can tell you is this. Now, one of the key reasons how and why I came up with speed coaching is such that, you know, people all over the world, leaders tell me they are too busy, they don't have time to coach. So it challenged me to think, is there a way we can do it fast and effective? And that's behind how the premise of how 10x speed coaching, or rather speed coaching, was developed, right? So in other words, how to do it short, sharp, focused, straight to the point, right? And using these very quick tips, right? There are 6 of them here. So in speed coaching, you would listen, you would ask questions, you would appreciate and encourage, you would show positive voice and body language. Now, number 4 is important, yeah? You would simplify and summarize and focus on what's most important, all right? You keep reminding your coach, hey, we are in this for 20 minutes or 15 minutes, and we want to get the maximum in the minimum time. So let's focus on what's more important, shall we? All right, feedback and suggestion with permission if you need to give feedback. Yes, Angeline, Farah? Yes. And then finally, there must be some action. What will you do after this, right? When will you do? And what support do you need? So this would be the core of the essentials of speed coaching that you will need to be putting into action these best practices. Okay, so now you're going to watch, and as you watch, you see me doing it. All right, you see me doing it. And I want to say a very big thank you to Coach Angeline, right? Because I coached her and then it was recorded for learning purposes, right? So this is a real live coaching, authentic coaching session. It's not a staged one. It's not a kind of a stage performance, right? It's not acting, it's for real. Okay, so I'm going to show that to you. And now, as you watch and you look at this coaching session, I would ask that you note down what is your key learning and what you observe. Okay, now after this, later on, you are going to practice it. So it's important that you learn. And then when we come to the last segment of today, you will be given an opportunity to share your key learnings and reflections from your watching and experiencing this real coaching. Okay, are you all ready? Farah, Angeline, Sarah Lee, Joseph, are you ready? Okay, take notes, yeah, and watch how I do 10x speed coaching. Watch carefully. Let's go. This is going to be like about 20 minutes. After this, you are going to put into your breakout room for 20 minutes to actually practice it after this. Okay, let's go. First and foremost, I really want to recognize you, and I want to tell you how much I really admire you when I heard that you are one of the first 3 principal engineers in the female principal engineers in Intel. And I really, with great admiration of you when I see your ambition, right? You want to be the first senior principal engineer female in Intel and the first fellow engineer in Asia. And I really applaud you for that, because it's not just about yourself. You wanted to do it as an example to other women leaders, right? To be able to inspire people to make their impossible dreams possible. So I thought that is really admirable, Angie.
Yeah, I hope that this goal will be achieved as soon as possible.
Certainly. And it is also my pleasure to coach you on this topic as well.
Yeah, thanks. Really appreciate your dedication and time for this.
You're very welcome. So, Angie, let me start with, what is your 10x breakthrough goal? Something that is most compelling, that keeps you, thinking over and over and say, wow, you really want to achieve this. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so my 10x goal would be to inspire millions in the world to unleash their potential through coaching and mentoring, so that I leave no regrets when one day I leave the world. So that's my 10x breakthrough goal.
All right, that sounds really interesting. I mean, that's a topic that I myself am very passionate about, right? So I hear what you say, leave no regrets, is that your intention is to leave a legacy, right? You want to make a difference to the world, right? That's your intention. I can feel that. I can feel that power of your intention. That's really wonderful. So tell me more specifically, like when you say millions, right? What do you have in mind? Millions of people where? Is it in particular targeted customer segment, or is it particular geographical area, or anywhere in the world?
Yeah, so when I talk about millions, I will start, targeting those that are surrounding me, like maybe those that in the workplace, and also maybe some educational work. So I'm targeting as a start from Malaysia side, and then of course want to proliferate it to Asia, like Vietnam, China, Thailand, and so on, and then globally as a whole.
Wow, that's quite a vision here. That's quite a vision here, Angie. Very glad to hear that. So is there a particular reason that you want to focus on coaching and mentoring?
Yeah, because myself is, it benefits a lot from coaching and mentoring. Back in my secondary school, I actually didn't know that there's some kind of coaching and mentoring from my physics teachers. I almost failed my first exam in physics, and I thought that I'm not good at that. But the teachers kind of like coach me, trigger me. Don't you think there's some way to to master this physics better? So it's like triggering me to think of, actually I should do more past year questions and discussion in a group. So thinking back, right, this coaching actually changed my life. If not because of him, I may not go to this engineering path and become a principal engineer in Intel today. So I want to pay it forward to others to explore the potential.
That's such a wonderful story, Angie. So inspiring. Goes way back from the time you were young. I do believe that becoming a principal engineer itself, one of the first 3 women in Intel Malaysia, you have also been coached and mentored by others to come to where you are today.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. I also being coached and mentored by female technical leaders and also from management side. So yeah, that make who I am today.
That's so wonderful. I can feel your strong motivation and passion towards this goal. So now, share with me, Angie, what does that 10x success look and feel like? Just imagine you reach, let's say, your first million. You have inspired 1 million leaders in Intel, in Malaysia, in education sector, in Asia, and then spreading all over the world right now. How does that look and feel like? Just describe to me in about a minute or so.
Yeah, I have imagined it in my dreams before. And I was standing on the stage, delivering some kind of a sharing and motivational talk. And the hall is full of people that I not even know them, and they are coming from everywhere. So that feeling gave me a satisfaction that I'm able to help out others and maybe make a little change in their mindset, and who knows, that may change something in their life. So that is what I imagine always. And sometimes while walking, I also think of this glory moment that will happen sometime in my life. And I feel very proud, not because that I'm so great, it's because that if I can make some little contribution in whatever ways for others.
Wonderful, wonderful. Paying it forward. And you yourself have benefited so much, right? To come to where you are here today because of the people who have inspired you. So you want to do the same for others and the future generation. That's very noble objective, Angie. So if you would take a measure of 10,000 right now, where do you think you are right now? How many do you think you have already inspired so far?
I already inspired around 1,000 plus.
Okay.
So
Okay,
it's 10% of this 10,000.
Okay. So can we agree now that you come up with a scorecard and you share with me, so that at any time I can see how your progress is and what your gap is, right? Okay. So let's say first 10,000, if you were to set a very aggressive goal, how quickly you think you can achieve this first 10,000? Yeah, think exponentially. How quickly can you do this?
10,000 probably like within 1-2 years. I should be able to do that.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just say 10,000 within 2 years for now. Huh? If you can do it in 1 year, that's even better. Let's look at the strategies and tactics, how we can achieve that. Shall we?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So you can put a dashboard where you can see now 10,000, you want 1,000, you want a 10x to 10,000. And then next stage we can look at, reaching eventually how to reach to your millions, right? Okay, great. So now, how do you leverage on your greatest strengths and opportunities that's out there to help you to achieve this goal? Now, tell me, what are your strengths and what opportunities do you see out there?
Yeah, my strength is actually I'm good in building teams, and we have a strong teamwork, and then we can achieve and execute together. So that's my strength, and I also kind of like understand how others' thought process, and can convince them or influence the mindset. So the opportunity I see is with this, because I'm involved in multiple different activities, be it a university program, the women networking, and also industry and external ecosystem. So the opportunity I'm seeing is to realize this goal, 10x goal. I'm going to scale the collaboration or partnership that from existing relationship. So, for example, for university side, right, we have set up some system for university, and so what I can do more is actually to share all this inspiring talk to them, and coach them in engineering and also this FPGA.
Okay, so university is one good platform for strategic partnership. The other one you said is women's organization, is it? That's the other one? Is that the second one? Okay, what will be the third one?
Yeah, the third one is industrial, like the training provider and other industry in the manufacturing side.
Okay, that is good. So these three will help you to scale up, right? Based on the strategic partnership. I think that's a good strategy. Wonderful. Now, tell me your top 3 strategies. I already hear one from you already. Tell me another 2 that will help you to scale up. Yeah. Because I hear just now you were saying you were dreaming, you are on the stage, you are talking to a lot of people, right? What if you take that into a digital world and digitize that? How would that dream look like? Yeah. Does it have to be you are in front on the stage? I mean, that's one method, one approach. Is there another approach that can quantumly be?
Do it like virtually online, and then round the clock 24/7. So it can actually invite audience, right? Participants can be from worldwide, different countries, different sites. So that's even more powerful. Like no need to be on site or physically there.
Yeah. So you can do it like virtually, and you do it
Yeah.
continuously, right? 24/7 is always there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Anytime on demand, people can learn from you.
Yeah, true.
So that's a second strategy. Now, what would be a third one that could be something different, a game changer that could help you to really exponentially multiply the number?
Yeah, I have thought about using AI, kind of like a virtual me, like virtual assistant. So it's using a chatbot, kind of coaching, maybe just through voice, right? So, but it's a virtual me, so that I can actually kind of like split it myself into 1,000 or 10,000 more, and then have a personal feel, kind of a personal touch with the coachee or mentee, and it can actually exponentially scale all these coaching work without just like, oh, this is not one-to-one, or this is too many and they are too shy to voice up. Yeah, that is a thought that I have in my mind.
Could that possibly be a game changer, Angie? In a sense that once you have put the AI and you have programmed it in, right? Virtually unlimited number of people can actually come in and they can ask you, you can ask questions, they can answer, and then the next question can come. So you program it in such a way that you use AI, you can actually, you don't have to be there, it's just, that's just one of you, but now you can multiply you to be unlimited number, right? Is there a potential, is this a potential game changer for you?
Yeah, it's a game changer. And I'm actually in progress on, pipeline all this to realize this as a goal.
Great. So now, if you have all the resources you need and you couldn't fail, how long do you think you would take to make this come true, the third strategy? Think aggressively. If you have all resources and you couldn't fail, aggressively, how long do you think you would take to make this happen?
Yeah, by next year. In 1 year time, it can be realized.
Wow, that sounds really exciting, Angie. I'm open to considering partnership with you as well. This is really exciting because if you can use that AI in a smart way, and I do understand from your background, AI is your area of strength and expertise, right? Because just now you have shared with me, hey, you're good in building teams, influencing people, which is really great, and then you're also a very, great role model as a woman leader as well. So with all these strengths you take with you, you can, help women organizations, you can help students, universities. It doesn't have to be only female students, right? It can be all, everyone, right? And then industrial organizations, even Intel itself already got like about 100,000 employees, right?
100,000.
And it's growing fast, right? So that itself is already a platform for you, right? And can you imagine if you can do something like that and you can start with Intel, right? There's so many people who can benefit from your AI virtual coaching. And since you are AI expert, then why not leverage on your strengths? I think that these are really, really good. Angie, these are really good strategies that you have come up with, right? I like that. Now, how do you sustain your motivation? Now, I know you're highly motivated. You want to do this, right? How do you keep yourself pumped up that, hey, you're going to keep doing, you're not going to stop this. You're going to reach your 10,000. After you reach 10,000, you will not stop, right? After 2 years, because your ultimate is to 10x again and go to, let's say, 1 million, right? Am I correct? So how you sustain your motivation? Tell me about that. And then we can quickly wrap up. Because it's already about 15 minutes already.
So actually, to sustain all this motivation, it comes from inner. And for me, actually, I practice meditation twice to 2 or 3 times per week. So it really helped me to calm down and relax my mind after all this hectic workload, right? So, and then the other thing is actually, what keep my engine always going is I kind of like trying to, because life is short, I'm trying to do whatever I can to make the journey more meaningful. So this is what keep me motivated. And in fact, I couldn't find a stop button on me. And sometimes my family or maybe my boss say, don't you reserve a vacation or holidays? So I do that, just that I always find things to fill up my time. Yeah.
Sure. So the meditation is what you will do and regularly keep yourself motivated, right? At your peak state is the one. Okay.
Yeah, refresh myself.
Yeah. Have you kind of like in your meditation, right? Do you also like do visualization? Can you like kind of visualize that, because you said in your dream, right? You saw yourself on stage. There's so many people all around. So that's visualization, right? Do you also do that as well? You visualize the future?
Yeah, sometimes I actually rehearse or practice before sleep, right? Or even during my dreams. It's like, yeah, all this visualization is very clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is meditation and visualization that keep yourself in the peak state of motivation, right? That is great. Now, is there any particular success habit or capability that is a must for you in order to achieve this goal?
I have actually a time management technique that I practice as a habit. So it's called tomato technique. Like I focus for 25 minutes, then get myself 5 minutes rest. So the 5 minutes actually refresh me, and I can actually work or study from early 7 to 11 night, right? Without stop, and it still feel very energetic. So this is a habit.
That's a good habit. I think you is something that you may want to consider continuing. But what is something new? What is a new 10x habit that will get you to achieve this goal faster? Or if it's not a habit, it's a capability. Some gap you need to close in terms of capability, so that when you go out there and you speak online or you speak on the stage, people will come and they want to learn from you, and you spread, like virus, not coronavirus, right? But you spread contagiously. People will talk about you and they will come. So what is that one skill or gap that you need to close to achieve
I
this
think
goal
the
faster?
presentation skill. I need to sharpen this saw in me. How to like present it in public and in more confidence and competency.
Wonderful. I got it. Now, do you see anything coming in the way, blocking you? Is there, if you were to pick one most significant roadblock that could prevent you from achieving that goal, what would it be?
The roadblocks, I would say someone that maybe love me, that asked me to stop, slow down a bit. So I always heard these comments, and sometimes I'm in dilemma. Shall I proceed aggressively or just come back to comfort zone?
Okay, right. So that could possibly be a roadblock, right? Good. How do you overcome that, Angie? What's your solution? Give me one best solution to this roadblock. How do you solve this?
I'm trying to convince them that I have my work-life balance. They see I actually enjoy my life, and I don't attend much night meetings and so on. And I have all these hobbies practice, like gardening, cycling. So thanks for the concern. And
So your way of convincing your loved one who might ask you to stop all this is to show that you are able to maintain work-life balance, right?
Yeah, that's right.
It's also good for you, right? Because it will make your life more sustainable for the future, right? You will have no regrets that you achieve your goal, 1 million or more, but you still keep yourself happy and healthy and
true. I won't ignore like families and others.
That is great. So shall we wrap up our session today? I think it's been a very interesting, short, focused conversation, Angie. So would you do a quick summary now? What is your most important immediate next step action you will take after this? And then maybe finally, then I will ask you who you think can help you and support you to accelerate on this. I think this should be good for a wrap up. Yeah. So what is your immediate next step from what we've discussed today? Yeah.
My immediate next step is I will engage the international engineering, I think the association, right? So kind of host this panel discussion so that can provide coaching for maybe thousands over.
That's a quick big win. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Okay, and another one.
Another one is actually I'm also working with government side government segments to retain new talents, new hires, like the graduate side. So we kind of like have all these type of trainings to make them well prepared. So this is also the next step that I'm going to do.
Okay, that's great. So really you focus on that collaborative partnership thing that you talk about, right? International Engineers Association and government as well. So these are your first immediate quick steps. Now you have two already. What will be your third one that's most important, a third one? You have said quite a few things already just now. You talk about AI, right? You're talking about you need to close your gap in terms of your presentation skill, right? You also need to ensure your work-life balance. So now just pick one more that is of top priority to you, because you've already got two immediate action steps already, right? International Engineering Association and for government, right? To get kickstart with a quick big win. What will be a third one? Just pick one more, and that's good. for
Okay.
today.
So yeah, the third one, yeah, I'm also actually exploring my main coaching and mentoring training provider, for example, ITD, to see how we can partner better and influence the industry.
Okay.
So that will be the third one.
Very good. So it looks like these three are your most important actions after today, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were to put it down and send it to me, when do you think it will be a good time for me to follow up with you on your progress? When will be a good next follow-up for you on this?
Oh, next follow-up, maybe 2 weeks later.
Okay. So 2 weeks later, and if you could send me your summary of today's session and your action steps, right? And then your prioritization, your top 3 is already very clear. Right?
Okay, sure.
That's wonderful. Could I just make one suggestion for you before we go?
Yeah, sure.
Just a quick one in
I
the
like
interest
that.
of time. Yeah. So I have people that I know who have already inspired so many people all over the world, right? And I have one itself who's in my team, and she's also a great woman leader. Her name is Sarah Lee. She's our executive director in Philippines. I would say she has been keeping count, right? At one time when we wrote her profile, she inspired more than 100,000. I think now she probably reached like a few 100,000 already, almost lost count, like hundreds of thousands she has inspired. So by talking to her, maybe she would share with you some ideas, her journey and how she go about, right? Because I think you have said people who have coached and mentored you are the people who make the difference for you, right? So I connect you with someone that I know who has already done almost pretty much what you want to do, and it's already way beyond 10,000, right? She's already done hundreds of thousands of people she's inspired.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Would you like? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Thanks
connect
so
you
much.
with her. I'll send you her contact after this, and you can. I'll also let her know that you may want to talk to her, so you can tap her experience from that will help you.
Yeah, I love to learn from her.
Wonderful.
Thanks
Congratulations.
so much.
And thank you so much. It's been more than 15 minutes, I know, but it's so exciting that time flies, right? Even the timers came up already. I stopped it and we just carry on for a few more minutes. Wonderful. It's really an exciting session. And so tell me, how do you feel? How do you feel about the session today? How do you feel? Just a quick.
Yeah, it is an amazing one. Yeah, I mean the AI stuff that just now I just call out, right? It never really come to my mind before that, but I kind of like, when you trigger me, right, I kind of like link my AI, the chatbot that I'm doing it for virtual assistant, and kind of like link it to this coaching and mentoring, and it makes like all these exponential things that it's feasible.
Wonderful. So I would like to take on this topic with you so that in our next conversation, I will ask you further ideas to drill down how you're going to make this AI thing happen, because I see that as a big game changer. In fact, you could reach more than your 1 million. You could reach it faster if you use that approach, right? So I'd like to take this on with you. Would you like to for our future session?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Congratulations, Angie. All the best.
Thank you.
All right, so that's 10x speed coaching, right? So it took anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes. You see those questions, you see the model being put into action in a way that is agile and flexible. You see, I didn't go in an exact sequence. I didn't use all the questions. So now you can do the same way. Now, as we do a quick debrief for a minute or so, I asked Aaron to get ready the breakout room. We have 4 of you into a breakout room. You just click accept and you go in the breakout room. And very quickly, if you want to win the prize today, be the winning coach, you volunteer and say, I want to be the coach, 10x speed coach, right? Then someone will be the coachee and the others will be just observer. Okay? All right. Aaron, are we get ready for the breakout rooms, Aaron?
Yeah, Peter.
Okay, great. So group of 4, you just accept. Now, if for some reason you cannot get to the breakout room, you will have to come back here, you stay on, and I will show you another demonstration. But really, I think the best way for you to learn is for you to take the challenge and observe and really do it, right? You have seen me doing it already with Angie, right? I really want to thank Angie once again, right? For really doing this. It's really amazing. So yeah, so now go ahead, do it. When you come back, I will ask you, please remember the name of your coach, okay? If you're observing, you must know who is the coach, the name. When you come back, I ask you to send me a personal message direct to me, give a score of 100%. How well did your coach do? Take the challenge, and that's where you grow and learn. Okay, everyone? Are you ready? When you come back after 15 minutes, we will share all our key learnings and have a debrief. Okay? Now, if you cannot get to the breakout room, stay in the main room. I would really highly recommend you get in the breakout room because that's the best experience for you. Okay? Turn on your camera and say hello. Any questions before we go? Remember, yeah, it's short, sharp, focus, straight to the point. Then you can get results within 15 minutes. Okay? The breakout room will shut after 15 minutes. Everyone will come back to the main room. Make the best out of it. Are you ready? Raise both hands if you're ready. Are you ready? What is the signal when you raise both hands? You surrender, right? No, you don't surrender. You take the challenge. Go for it. I'll see you all back in 15 minutes, yeah? Then we'll have a quick debrief. Thank you. Kelvin, are you there? Hey, Kelvin. Aaron. All right. So we have another. Okay, good. Let's hang on for a while. Let's let everyone get into the breakout room first. Okay. Okay, Aaron, please take a look to see everything is okay out in the breakout room. People are joining, going in. You have got 444 in the room. Fantastic. Sounds really good. Now, those of you who are here, who are not in the breakout room, you can say hello. Turn on your video. Regine, wow. Lily Beth, you are here. Okay, anyone else? I think everyone else mostly are in the breakout room already. Maybe, yeah, maybe Regine can sing a song, right? I'm just kidding. Are you ready? Okay, so let's do this. Calvin, let's play this video. Those of you who are here, Joseph, it's a real great pleasure. You know, I just, before we actually begin, I just want to acknowledge and appreciate you for all the great work you have done on 10x thinking. You know, in WD, you have initiated those projects. You have helped the organization, you know, to win the World Economic Forum Lighthouse Award. I think that's a phenomenal achievement. And when I look at the coaching model you did on 10x thinking, it's just something very impressive. So it's something that I looked at with admiration. So congratulations, Joseph.
Thank you.
So in this coaching session today, you have looked at some of the 10x speed coaching questions and areas that you want to focus on. So one of the first one you want to talk about is really the 10x breakthrough goal. So go ahead, tell me more about that. What is that? What does that breakthrough goal look like?
Yeah, so the 10x breakthrough goal that I'm looking at is currently very much operational focus in terms of the work environment, right? So how I can move to a more of a business and strategic centric transitioning to that to the next level, basically.
Okay, very good. So transitioning from operational to strategic business centric. Now, share with me, Joseph, success look and feel like. Just imagine, right? Bring yourself into that future state that you have already fulfilled this 10x breakthrough goal. Tell me, how does that success look and feel like?
I would say like I would see myself as a business leader, managing the business and talking more on the business direction and what we should do and where we should go.
Okay, that is great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How would that success in your career look like? How would that impact the success in your career?
Yeah, career, I think that will move me up to the different level, I would say.
Wonderful. What level would you think will be ultimate for you? What level would you wish to reach in your career?
Sorry, what level I wish to reach
in your career will be ultimate level for you?
Yeah, so as a VP, VP level and above.
Okay. That will be how many levels up from where you are right now? You are at this moment, you are
2 levels up. Yeah.
Okay. So chief of staff and then another level and then VP.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Very good. So I think you are highly ambitious here in this regard, and you can see the connection of this 10x breakthrough goal with your career growth as well. I think that's really wonderful. Now, what would be a timeline? If you were to put a timeline and measurement, how would that look like? Maybe let's talk about measurement first. If you said now transition from operational to strategic business, how can you put a metrics to measure your progress so that when you reach it, you know, oh, you have already reached that level and we can celebrate your success?
Yeah, so in terms of my tasks, right? So if I can categorize and code it, operations and strategic related, how am I spending my time in terms of those tasks that I'm doing day to day, and coming up with a plan to transition that.
Okay. So how would that coding look like? How would you code it?
So operational, I can just code it like O or C,
okay.
A, B,
okay.
strategic S or something like that.
Okay, that sounds good. So now as a kind of a way of coding that you can measure, right? So then you can see, all right, this is where you are now in terms of the number of strategic projects or tasks that you accomplish, and then you want to bring that up to a higher level. Okay.
Yeah, I can go by percentage actually. In terms of total tasks, how many operations, strategic related.
Okay.
I have a percentage.
Okay. So if you wanted to 10x that strategic contribution that you want to make, right? 10x, right? How would that 10x look like? Let's say take a baseline right now where you are. Let's say in a week or in a given week or a month, how many of these strategic tasks that you accomplish? Can you just give a rough estimate, Joseph?
Yeah, so
what are your thoughts?
so in I would say month maybe a better way to represent.
All right. Okay.
So in a month, maybe looking at about 20-30% is strategic right now.
Okay.
So if I can flip it around, becoming 80% more strategic and 20% operational.
Very good. So if you were to take that 20 and break it down to specific tasks and projects, how many of that tasks and projects you think would be? Just a rough estimate, because I'm sure later when you list it out, you will see the number, right? Just give me a rough estimate that 20% in a month, for example, will be how many strategic projects that you're involved in, that you accomplish.
Okay. So
just
I would say
a rough estimate, yeah.
About three.
Okay,
two,
very
three.
good, very good. So if you take a 3 as a baseline, right? If you were to flip it around, right, from 20% to 80%, right? Then this is how from 3 is 20 convert to 80. So it's 4 times. So it's like 12, right? Am I correct? So 12 instead of 3. Now, that could be an initial goal for you, Joseph. But I want to challenge you, if you're really going to go for 10x, then you're aiming for 30 in a month. So 30 strategic tasks or projects you accomplish within a month is going to be like 1 or 2 in a day. It's going to be a tall order, Joseph. But I believe that this kind of stretching will bring out the best in you and help you accelerate your growth and career success as well. Are you game for this?
Yeah, okay.
Good. So from 3 to 12 and 12 to 30, possible now, right? So now you can put a scorecard to measure it already, right?
Correct.
Very good. You have a way to codify, you can put a scorecard. I think this is really, really marvelous. Okay, so I think the goal is pretty clear right now, what you want to do and how you would measure it now. Tell me, whose support do you need and what kind of alignment is necessary before we move forward to look at the strategies and tactics, right?
Yeah.
Because you want to do this and you want to do this also for your career growth and success, right? So whose support and alignment is a must for you before you actually embark on this?
Yeah, I think my side VP, side GM's support, I think one of the main ones I will need.
Okay. So one key actions out of now is to talk to him so that to get him to agree that this is what he agrees for you to do, right? And if he supports it, then it's going to be a much stronger proposition for you to make happen. Do you believe that he is in support of this, that he wants you to be more strategic?
Yes, I think he's in support.
Okay, that's wonderful. I'm very, very glad to hear that, Joseph. That's wonderful. Okay. So now let's talk about your strengths and opportunities. Now, what opportunities do you see for these kind of strategic business centric kind of contribution? And how do you leverage on your strengths? So if you bring these two together, your strengths and opportunities, how does that look like?
Okay, so I think opportunity-wise, business is growing, kind of rapid growth, and we are in a new leadership, a new focus. So the clear strategic direction is there from a corporate standpoint. So there's a lot of growth potential. We're on a growth platform, right? So that is the opportunity that I'm looking at, that I see. From a strength perspective, my strength, I would say, I'm a little bit business acumen I have. Only thing I want to sharpen that skill further and able to connect the dots and turn around things quite fast, efficiently. So these are some of the strengths I have, I would say, and how I can meet the opportunity.
Okay. So opportunity is that there's already a clear strategic direction, right? So probably all their so-called breakthrough goals and 10x is already all clearly laid out what to be achieved, right? It's a matter of you taking it, grabbing it, look at which ones you will go for, right? And using your strengths, which is business acumen, right? Connecting the dots. And what you said is really speed to turn around, right? Speed of turnaround is also your strength. You can get things done fast. It's just that you need to focus, right? I hear where you're coming from, right? Because if you have too many operational tasks, you cannot focus on the strategic.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, very good. I think that's clear now, Joseph, very clear. So now maybe for a start, you can give me top 3 game-changing strategies to achieve this. Remember, from 3 strategic contribution areas in a month to become 12, which is from 20% to 80%, and then don't stop there, go up to 30, and then you have reached to 10x, right? Okay, give me 3 game-changing strategies, how you would achieve this.
Yeah, of course, I think one of it is a list of the key tasks. I need to start identifying those tasks that I'm doing actually on a week-to-week basis.
Okay.
So I think that one I can start doing. I had a tool earlier called LSW. I think that was helpful for me.
Okay.
I need to reinitiate using that tool.
Okay. So list it and then you codify, right? Which one is
Correct.
the O, which
Codify,
one is
yes.
the S, and then how many
Correct.
percent, right? So you have a clear sight of it. There's clear visibility of it. Okay, so that is a must, right? That's an important strategy.
Correct.
Okay, great.
Codify that.
Okay, so give me 2 more game-changing strategies. Once you have it, then what would you do to make sure that you can go like from 20% to 80%, from 3 strategic focus to 12? What can you do?
Yeah, the other one is
differently. Yeah.
I think expanding my network a little bit, connecting to the right people and identifying those strategic initiatives that needs to be focused on. Kind of a proactively mining for it, right? Putting it into my list, bringing in that into my list.
Okay. So in other words, you are mining in a lot more strategic tasks that you can pick and choose from, right? So there's more options for you to pick on it and focus, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that's a
strategic
good one.
task mining in, and then the other one is, I think I need to let go some of the operational tasks, right? So how I can delegate. So I have one person is helping me. I'm hiring one more person support me. So how I can delegate some of and bring them up to speed, delegate some of the operational stuff, and make sure the day-to-day is happening.
Okay.
And I start focusing on the more strategic initiatives.
All right, that's good. Now, how do you make this a game changer for you? I see this one, third one, letting go. You have already one person helping. Now you're going to hire one more. So how would you hire differently so that you can get a person who can really, really take over your 80%, right? Because you need that. You need to offload that. So,
so I need to hire at a higher level. Need to hire at a higher level that so able to represent me in discussions and making decisions, and with some experience as well.
Okay. So it sounds to me like you need a chief of the chief of staff, right? Right? You are chief of staff, you need a chief under you, and you have other people. This one can really represent you, and just like you represent your site VP, so you have someone to represent you. That is really good. I mean, I see that when I look at American presidents, Joseph, for example, they got their chief of staff, but under their chief of staff, they have got these people who are their key anchor people to support the chief of staff. And then the chief of staff can really do a lot more, right? So I think you got 3 great strategies here, Joseph. I think really great. Now, tell me this. What kind of habits or capabilities you need to change or sharpen? Because I hear just now you said already your strengths, right? But there may be certain capabilities or habits you do need to make it a lot sharper, so that, you know, if you shift over to do 12 or 30 strategic projects, you can actually excel on all of them, right? Because you just don't want to do them all and half-baked and then it doesn't get the results, right? Because surely your leaders up there, they want to see the results, right? So tell me, what habits and capabilities you need to sharpen further?
I think maybe I have to sharpen a little bit more on the prioritizing of the tasks. But sometimes some tasks could be a noise, distractions, right? It may not be an urgent, important, and jumping it. Because sometimes I focus on just getting it off the way and then focusing on other time. But in terms of overall prioritizing, we try to focus on the urgent and important ones, or important ones first, so that it doesn't become an urgent later on, right? So prioritizing the task that comes my way, the effort ways, and then how to get that moving.
All right. So that's a change of habit. Yeah, I hear where you're coming from. The habit change is required. Now, who can be your accountability partner? Who can make sure that you succeed? Is there a special assistant of the chief of staff that can help you with this? Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I think I can get my assistant to be partnering with me, because as I delegate as well, so we can come to an agreement. Okay, I want you to focus on this. I want you to focus on this. So it can be like a tag team there.
Okay, that's great. So your assistant is going to be the one to help you to be accountable to change your habits, right? So in other words, even reminding you that, hey, you know, you shouldn't be doing this, right, Joseph? Right? This is you shouldn't be doing this, right? Someone else should be doing it, right? Okay, I like that. I think that's a good one. Capabilities, Joseph. Is there any particular gap in capabilities that you need to close? Especially when you're handling strategic business-centric projects, is there a gap you need to close in terms of your capability?
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is the business acumen. I need to sharpen my skills there further to know a little bit more on the business aspect of it, and learning more in knowledge in terms of business acumen. That's something I'm looking at. I was actually considering doing my doctorate as well, DBA. So So there's something in my mind as well.
Okay, very good. So tell me, what will be the top 3 areas of business acumen that you need to learn? Top 3. If you will pick 3 topics or areas, what would they look like?
Topic for business
top 3
acumen.
areas, yes. Top 3 areas you need to learn. Yeah.
Business strategy. I would say one of business strategy.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. Hello. Hi. Hello, Ling Ling. Nice to see you, Hulaga, Monet. How was it? Wow. Well, we're going to wrap up in about maybe 8 or 9 minutes time, if it's okay with all of you. So let's have everyone come back and we'll do a quick debrief. Yes. All right. Wow. Nice to see you, Monet. How are you? Whoa, give a big hand. Wow. You are all taking big challenges, aren't you? Right? You are taking. Yeah, right. So the more you practice it, the better you get at speed coaching, right? So one key thing is definitely time management, right? What I always do, I always put a timer, right? So there will always be like a little bit of buffer time. So if I got 15 minutes, I'll set like 8 minutes. If I got 20 minutes, I'll set like 12 minutes. So I'll have a few more minutes to wrap up. Right? Okay, good. Now, I'd like to ask all of you to do this. Please go to the chat box and you probably will know the name of your coach, right? Those of you who are observer, your name of your coach, and those of you who are the coachee. If your coach did well, 90% and above, right? Go ahead, send me a message directly to me personally. You don't put it to everyone, okay? You don't need to tell everyone. Send to me the score and I'll look through, and in about 5 or 6 minutes time when we close off today, I will announce the winner and give out the prize. Okay, as promised. All right, so now sharing time. Anyone raise the hand? What is your key learning from today? What's your key observation and insight? Yes, and if you have any questions, please feel free to go ahead. All right. Yes, go ahead. If you have raised your hand, go ahead. Dennis, please unmute.
Hi, Peter. No, I think this is amazing how you can teach something so fast and so concrete. It was a joy to do, and particularly even the framework, it really works, and your example also really works. So thank you so much.
And who was the coach and who was the coachee, Dennis?
It was Dr. Kim in the end. Oh my God.
Dr. Cat was the coach?
Cat, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, that was the coach.
I was his coachee.
Coachee.
Okay. Oh, Dennis, you are the coach. All right. Well done. Look at that. You did it. Now you see the power of 10x speed coaching. Yeah. You just have to practice it more and believe in it, right? Yes. Anyone else? Key insights, key learnings, please raise your hand so I can see you want to speak. In about a couple of minutes time, we're going to wrap up. And you know, we're going to wrap up with a song. I'm going to dedicate this song to all of you. There's a very, very special singer here today in our midst, okay, which I will introduce you in a while. So don't go yet. This song is for all of you. It's an amazing song. It's so related to our program today. Okay? Okay, Miss Ha, go ahead. You wanted to share something? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Peter Chi. Yeah, normally I do the coaching and mentoring too slowly. So take around 1.5 hours and above. But today, so thank you very much for sharing this model. I can almost done. So I can think that use this model, I can improve my coach very well. Thank you very much for sharing this.
You're welcome. Wonderful, Miss Ha. Anyone else has a question or key insights, please share. Now, please keep the score, right? If you had a coach, keep the score, because if you didn't give a score, I wouldn't know how to pick the winner, right? If you say great coaching, but what is the score over 100%? For example, Aini, you said Supatra was your coach. So what is your score for Supatra? Send that message to me personally, so I will know what's your score over 100%. Come on, you'll just have about 1 more minute to do that. If you want to give a score for your coach, I know you do it objectively and fairly, right? Then I'll pick up the winner. Once I pick out the winner, you can explain and tell why you think this person is the best coach, right? 10x speed coaching. Yes, Supatra, you raised your hand. Please go ahead.
No, it's really good, Dr. Chi. I haven't coached for a while, so it was nice to be on the other side and learning from you and Angie. That was really a great session. So it was good to be on the other side and focused. I think I didn't manage the time well, but focused and get to the flow of the goals and everything. But it was really good to be on the other side and refresh the whole skill again. and watching you and Angie doing it. So
well, you were a coach, right? You were a coach, were you?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I saw your score. It's high distinction. So well done.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. You can connect more and ask your coachee, right? Yeah. Thank you. Anyone else? Key learnings. Go ahead. Shamsul, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, I think I was coaching Lynn. I think that one thing that's really struck me is this when you talk about the 10X, because you talk about something big. So you can see the coachees, and when you talk about their dream, talk about what they want to do. So I know at the end we were not able to refine as take a long time to refine that big dream. But the key thing is make them think something big. So that's one thing itself that struck me. I said, wow, with this 10X, it makes them to be thinking something that, and you can see their eyes open. They really like to say, oh wow. So when someone's dream big, you can see they were dreaming something that they like, that something they want to achieve, something they want to do. So that's one thing that I felt like something that I don't think that I've seen it a lot. So that's why it's so great. I think this is a great experience. Yeah.
So you have ignited something amazing, right? So once you ignite something amazing, if you're able to frame it and let's set the 10X breakthrough goal, that itself is an achievement if you can do that within 15, 20 minutes, right? So you don't actually need to do all of it, right? Because there's a lot of it. You can actually break it down, chunk it down to 5 chunks, and each one can be done within 15, 20 minutes. So you don't have to spend like hours and hours coaching. You can do it very quick and you can get results, right? Good point, Shamsul. Thank you very much. Anyone else? Final call. We'll call upon Regine, who is going to, Anyone else? Final call?
Dr. Shi, this is Nirbhay.
Yes. Yes, please go ahead.
Dr. Shi, this is Nirbhay. Thanks for inviting in this session. Just wanted to add my 2 cents after watching this entire thing. I think the one of the very intriguing feature of your coaching method is which you focus on all the 3 elements of it, which is why, how, and then the what. And it is always very fancy to have those 10X sessions in a kind of a boardroom or in a room, but the real challenge comes in execution and making realize those 10X. So I think the way which you go into the details in a very simplistic and a very organic manner, it is very much appreciated and it gives a much better understanding. So thank you for doing that. Much appreciated.
Very welcome. So indeed so, right? You can see the power of simplicity, right? Now you see what Warren Buffett means, right? Simple is more effective, right? So we don't have to go around the bush and complicate the conversation, taking hours to coach. You can do it in a short time if you learn how to practice it, right? Short, sharp, focus, power of simplicity. Thank you very much. Now, I already have a winner that we already picked out here. So let me see if Wei Ping is there. Wei Ping, are you here? I think you you picked out a winner, right, Wei Ping? And you have given a score really high, which is 100% for Dong Lin, right? Is Dong Lin around here? Dong Lin, are you here? Let's see if Dong Lin is here.
Yes, sorry, Dr. Peter.
Wow.
I have to switch off my camera because I just switched on. So sorry.
So Dong Lin, you are the winner. We just asked Wei Ping to say a few words and then we will end with a song which I want to dedicate to all of you. Okay, so congratulations. Let's give a big hand to Dong Lin.
Thank you.
I will contact you for a complimentary 10X team coaching. Basically, one of the things I love doing the most is coaching teams, especially on 10X breakthrough goals. So you just want a prize worth $15,000 US. I'll do a coaching with you. I'll do a coaching with you.
Thank you. I'm honored.
Let Wei Ping give her 1 minute speech to justify, and then we'll give you the prize. We'll have a song. Go ahead, Wei Ping. Quick one.
Okay, thank you. First of all, thank you very much, Dr. Peter Chi, for this wonderful session, and also Donning for the coaching session. Yeah. So Mr. Donning actually asked me a few questions. It's pretty powerful that after a whole day of tired working, right, I keep on thinking, why is it so important for me to achieve my goal, which I think is very powerful. I have to ask myself why initially I take this certification. This is very powerful. Let me refresh and reflect why I do this, why I give myself this goal. I think this is very important, that I need to find back why is it so and reflect it. That's why it's a powerful thing that I realize. Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So thank you very much for asking me powerful questions. Yeah. Thanks
so
a lot.
You reignited, right? You reignited and rediscovered your why, which is deep inside you, and you realize how important it is.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Congratulations once again. Now, I want to dedicate this song to all of you here before you go. But before that, I want to say out to you my favorite quote, right? It's my favorite quote, and then it has really meaning towards this session as well as coaching. All right, are you ready? And now the end is near. No, I'm just kidding. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of this is love. So everyone, if you have faith, you have belief, you believe you can do it, you believe you can achieve your impossible dream, you believe you can make the world a better place. If you have hope and you have love, which is the greatest among all of these, you are a great coach. I wish all of you 10x faith, 10x hope, and most of all, I wish you all 10x love.